Greetings and welcome everyone back to Eureka Farms here in Farming Simulator 19 with me, CWATTY. I have managed to get the harvesting and baling on field 9 completed. So today we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to look at getting a mower sorted out and do the grass mowing on field 7. Now, right away at the start of this video, let me just go ahead and say to everybody out there, if you could go ahead, click that like button for me, that would be fantastic. If you could also subscribe to the channel if you're not doing so already, and make sure you have hit that notification bell, that would be even more spectacular and amazing of you. And I will try and deliver you a good quality video for the remainder of this episode. Now, I am recording this audio in post in Sony Vegas because I did manage to make a bit of a balls up today in my recording, because I've been playing around the last couple of days setting up new stream overlays in my OBS software for when I'm live streaming and stuff. I somehow managed to make a tiny little bit of an error in that I somehow managed to get 2 lots of microphone audio being captured and outputted on the same channel, which meant that when I came to watch this video back in the editing, there was a bit of a strange echoey audio because obviously the mic was being captured twice and overlaid on top of itself. So I'm recording this in post, so there's probably a lot of really cool things that I said in the video that I've completely forgot about. But I'm going to grab this little John Deere mower, this new little mod that came out a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to grab that to do the mowing. It's a 4 meter wide mower, and it windrows as it mows. So ideal if you just want to collect grass, and if you wanted to do baling for silage, because you haven't got a windrow separately, and then do the baling. Obviously, if you're planning to do hay, it's not very useful putting the grass in windrows, because you're going to take it out of the windrows and throw it all over the place again, and then you will have to windrow it. But I'm probably going to do my hay making a little bit differently in this series. I don't think I'm going to do tedding and collecting. I think I'm just going to use a dryer. A grass dryer. It does make life a lot easier to use a grass dryer than to mess with tedding and then windrowing and then collecting again. Also, because just recently I've had some really bad experiences in the game to do with tedding and hay contracting and things. Yeah, hay contracts actually, as a whole, hay contracts have absolutely burnt me just recently in this game. One on Chellington Valley, where we had to literally ted the field 5 times to get the grass to turn into hay, so we could collect it, bale it, and then sell the stuff. It took ages to complete that contract because we had to go around the field 5 times with the tedder. You know, talk about lengthening a job. So that was my first bad experience of haymaking recently. And then my second one was a couple of days ago on the Hofbergman map. Mr. Helgi, he did a hay baling contract, which required him to sell the bales at the animal dealer Sachs sell point. And when he went to the animal dealer, there's an obvious sell point in like a shed with hay bales and straw bales already there to indicate sell point. And when he unloaded his first lot of hay bales there, he got paid for them, which meant that that wasn't the correct sell point that the contract was wanting you to unload at. So the next sell point that he could see was a little ways across the yard, next to like a silo. So he took bales over there, tried to unload them, silo wouldn't have it. Turns out that silo is for silage and things like that, putting silage and things like that in, selling that kind of stuff. So then he was like, where the heck do I unload the bales to complete this contract? And I don't know if anyone's ever played the Hofbergman map, but if you've ever played it, it has this really annoying feature where when you go into the price screen and it shows you all the sell points, when you click on them, you don't have the option to tag them. They've disabled the ability, the map maker has disabled the ability to tag the sell points and put the little green, like, beacon on the sell point to show you where you need to unload stuff. So it wasn't very easy to determine where the hay sell point was for the contract. Turns out it's inside a little building where there's a little bloke who talks to you in some random German little like sound effects. But to get obviously bales into this building is impossible. What the game wants you to do, or the only way you can actually sell stuff at this sell point, is if you take the item and put it into these little bags, little like sacks, you know, like a little compost bag, or a little yeah, like a bag of about the same size as a bag of compost that you'd buy from like B&Q or any garden centre. You have to put, so to do the baling contract, we would have had to take all the bales, shred them again to get the hay out of bales, get the hay loose, and then we'd have to sit there and load hay into this machine that would put the hay into little bags of 200 litres each bag. Each bag holds 200 litres, and you'd have to do that with all the hay to get the to complete the contract. You'd have to take the little bags by hand, put them in a transit van that's on the map, load the transit van up by hand, one bag at a time. Then you'd have to drive to the sell point, the animal dealer. You'd then have to unload the transit van, one bag at a time, by hand. And then you'd have to take one bag at a time, by hand, into the little building and drop it into the little box that's the sell point. Oh my god, would that be time consuming. So in the end, what we decided to do was we turned all the hay into silage. Silage or compost, because once the silage machine got a bit full, we started putting it in the composting bunkers instead, turned it into compost, and then basically we sold the silage and the compost, got all the money for that, which was way more, which paid obviously a heck of a lot more than what hay sells for on the map at the different sell points. And then we cancelled the baling contract, paid the penalty, the fine, for having not completed the contract and run off with the guy's hay. But ultimately we actually ended up coming out of it financially a bit better off, because obviously the silage and compost that we made sold for a lot more than what the contract was paying us. Even, you know, even after paying the fine, we still came out with profit. But yeah, when it comes to mowing and making hay, I'm a little bit kind of wary of doing hay. So I will be on this map going down the road of having a drying factory installed. Think a drying machine. Put me grass in, which means we're probably going to end up just collecting grass loose. We're probably not going to do any bales of grass, unless I plan to do silage bales at some point. But again, I could end up getting a silage machine as well for doing the silage. But anyway, we're harvesting the canola, and so far on this field, looking very good. Yield, based on the little headlandy bit that I've done. The mini map's coming out really nice and green, which says the yield is very good. I'm probably going to have to go and get the trailer in a minute. We're probably going to need to empty. But I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go fetch the trailer. Makes sense. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the chicken pen, because I've remembered today to install and activate the animal pen extension mod, so I can get the plumber to come and put the pipes in to give the chickens water. Does mean that they're not going to produce anything for the next day or two. Without water in the pen, they effectively stop laying eggs and stop multiplying. So yeah, until we get water added, the chicken pens have halted production. Right, let's grab the trailer. We'll take this over and unload the combine. At some point as well, I'm probably going to have to bring the fuel trailer over and give the combine a refuel and also a repair. So I'll probably grab the little electric tractor for that. Tell you what though, it is nice actually today re-recording this commentary, this audio after the event, because actually when I recorded this early this morning, this video, there was a heck of a lot of background noise in the house. Heck of a lot of background noise. My little dog Sue was barking her head off because everyone else in the family had decided today was the day they wanted to give the tortoise vivarium a good clean out and give all that a refreshing and a change around, which means of course all the tortoises have to come out of the tank, and they're placed in the dining room where they can have a run around on the floor in the dining room, on the hard floor, wood floor, where they can't do any damage and they can't make any kind of mess. And yeah, they were running around in there, and of course little Sue, all she wants to do is mother them and play with them, but obviously she can't, she's not allowed. So they put like a child safety gate across the doorway, so she can't get into the dining room, and none of the other dogs can either. But of course she just sits there at the gate then, whining, barking, yapping, because she can't get the tortoises to come to her and play with her. They won't come to her and play with her, and she can't get to them. So yeah, they had all that kind of noise going on this morning. And then of course someone got a vacuum cleaner out and was hoovering the vivarium out to get rid of all the soil dust and stuff that's in there, hoovering up all the substrate and that. So actually it's probably a blessing in disguise that I messed up the microphone recording earlier, because now I get to record the video without any background noise, and it's all going to sound a heck of a lot more professional. he says laughing. Professional. What, me? Professional? Never. But yeah, I'd been doing some creating some new scene overlays and stuff for my streaming and recording to give the videos a little bit more of a professional look to them, and my live streams a little bit more of a professional look to them. Plus I took part in a bit of a content creator workshop clinic type thing last week, where I learnt a few things to do with video creation and video editing and that, as well as all the other backgrounds, behind the scenes stuff that you have to do with your YouTube videos, and to get your content searchable and findable, and stand a good chance of people actually discovering your content. So it was a good workshop. It was a couple of days last week that I took part in it, and then I was trying to put stuff into practice a bit, which is kind of why I ended up not actually recording as many videos last week, and why I actually ran out of videos to upload, and that's why, as of recording this today on Monday, there hasn't been a Eureka Farms video go live on the channel today because I hadn't got any. So I'm going to try and get a couple recorded this week. So again, I've got a bit of a buffer. But again, the problem I've got at the minute, and I know people are going to say, well, it's your own fault because you're taking too much on. With trying to do streaming every day, trying to do 3 or 4 different Let's Play series at the minute, because obviously I'm doing Farm Sim, I'm doing Dyson Sphere, I'm doing Football Manager, I'm doing Cyberpunk. There's just not enough hours in the day for me to record, edit, render, live stream and everything, and, you know, play 4 or 5 different games. So it's a bit difficult to try and get a lot of content at the minute, and especially Farm Sim as well, because you have to do so much. What you see in the videos, in each video I record, there's a great amount of time that I have to put in off camera to advance, you know, days in game, to get fields growing and stuff. And like when I leave a video, at the end of a video, when I go, right, I'm going to carry on and get this field harvested, I'm going to get the bales, get the field baled and then get everything sold. It doesn't just happen in a second, you know. That still takes me several hours to do, that I'm not then recording and producing videos out of. So yeah, getting the Farm Sim videos recorded at the moment is a bit of a challenge for me. There's just not enough hours in the day and the week at the minute, with everything else I'm taking on board. Again, Dyson Sphere is another game whereby, again, just in the last week, as I've recorded that, I've recorded probably 3 episodes, yet I've spent probably 3 times as long playing the game just to get progress happening and get to the point where I can actually record a video where there's something new to show people. And again, it's all time. At least that's the one good thing about the Football Manager series that I'm playing. Everything I record there goes into a video. And again, okay, I play some matches off camera, but I can do that late in the evening when I'm not doing anything else. And the great thing about Football Manager is it's the one game I can play and record whilst I'm rendering, say, a Farm Sim video or a Dyson Sphere video, or whilst I'm uploading videos, because it's not that intensive, you know. It's basically a spreadsheet. Football Manager, so it's, you know, it's basically an Excel spreadsheet with a bit of database built into it. So that's a game I can play and record videos whilst my computer's doing other things. Whereas unfortunately Farm Sim, I can't be rendering videos whilst I'm trying to play and record this. That doesn't work. I can upload videos whilst I'm playing this and recording this, but the problem is at that point I generally don't have a lot of videos to record and upload, because I'm pretty good at getting everything uploaded fairly quickly these days. YouTube Studio's got a lot better at being able to upload multiple videos at one time and allow you to edit all the info for the videos and schedule them and thumbnail them and everything. So YouTube Studio's been making quite a few improvements recently, which is great. It's nice that they're improving that, because a lot of the changes that they had made were, to me, a little bit of a backward step. And one of the things that I really don't like that YouTube have removed is the automated playlist options and settings that creators had available, where literally I could create a playlist and then I could set up rules that if I released a video which contained certain words, it would automatically add those videos to the playlist. So if I was to do a Eureka Farms playlist, all I had to do was create a playlist previously on YouTube and set a rule that if a video title contained Eureka Farms, YouTube would automatically add it to the playlist. Saved me no end of time. And for whatever reason, YouTube decided to completely remove that feature for creators and not offer any alternative. So now I have to manually remember on every single video to create a playlist if I'm going to be doing a series. If I'm going to be doing multiple videos on a thing, I've got to create a playlist manually, and every time I upload a video I've got to manually remember to add it to the playlist. It's a whole extra step that I have to remember to do. And I know a couple of people have left me comments on previous videos and recent videos saying, oh, is there any chance you could put this in a playlist, add these put all these episodes in a playlist? And it's like, I can, yes, however I can't promise I will remember to add new episodes to the playlist. Sometimes I will forget to click the buttons, especially if I'm doing, you know, 5 or 6 uploads a day, because unfortunately I've got to wait till every video has been uploaded, processed by YouTube and is HD ready before I can then go in and add it to the playlist. It's also the same reason why sometimes my videos don't have the end cards on the end of the videos, where you can click to subscribe, you can click to watch the most recent video, you can click to watch another recommended video of mine, or you can click to go to the Patreon page if you want to sign up for Patreon and support me, which is something that I'll admit not a lot of people have done. In fact, I don't think there are any Patreon subscribers at the minute on my channel or to me, even though there is only one tier of Patreon support available, and all that is $1. I only ask for $1 of support. So again, all the people on YouTube and Twitch and stuff who like want to be subscribers and want to support me but think, oh, $4.99 a month, that's a lot, you know, giving YouTube $4.99 a month, well, that's a bit too much, or oh, giving Twitch $4.99 a month to be a subscriber, that's a lot, you know. Well, Patreon's the best way to support me then. You only have to pay $1, and also I receive most of that dollar as well. Patreon don't take that much of a cut, whereas again, anything you pay to YouTube, either YouTube membership, super chats, things like that, YouTube take like 60% of it. You know, and on Twitch, I think Twitch take 50% of everything, as I'm only an affiliate. So if you really want to support me as a creator, the best 2 ways to do it would be either Patreon or PayPal donation, because then you know I'm getting the majority of your kind support, and these big rich corporations aren't getting bigger and richer. I must admit, I do like that on Twitch when people subscribe with their Amazon Prime gaming subscription. I love that. I love getting those Twitch Prime subs. I love Amazon having to give me some of their money for a change, as opposed to me giving Amazon my money whenever I buy anything. So yeah, if you want to come and give me your Amazon Prime subs on Twitch, I will happily accept every single one of them. And my Twitch mod thing will happily remind you every month to use your Amazon Prime sub to continue to give me more of that Amazon money. But hey ho, we're getting all this lovely canola harvested, look. I love the way the yield is changing as I drive across the different soil types on this field. You know, as we've gone round the outside of the field, it was all nice and green, you know, all positive. Now we're getting into the middle of the field where we've got the crap soil. And it's now going a bit orange and yield's not so good in the middle of the field. I think I have done a check actually of this map with precision farming installed. I don't know if I've done it in this series or whether I did it on a different save, but I must have done it on a different save. Must have done, because I've got the whole map soil sampled on another save. I used the little developer command to basically force the soil sampling of the entire map. And I tell you what, there's not really a lot of good soil on this map. There's not a lot of good soil. This map is really... A lot of the fields have got really bad soil types. Their only saving grace is the fact that the fields are so big, it doesn't really harm you yield-wise, because you're still going to get loads and loads of crops off the fields because they're that big. But if you was playing on a map which had smaller fields and it had the same soil map, you would be really, really punished. In fact, Hofburgman's a bit like that on the multiplayer server. We've been soil sampling a lot of our fields on that, and I tell you what, there's not a lot of the good sand, not a lot of the good soil types. The loam and the sandy loam, it's all silty clay or loamy sand, or whatever it is. Loamy sand, sandy loam, I can never remember which way round it is. I mean, one field on Hofburgman was so bad with the soil type that we actually decided to stick a placeable on the field instead and just not bother harvesting anything from that land. That we thought we were better off putting a placeable sell point on the map that enabled us to sell everything without having to muck about putting stuff in sacks or crates or boxes or any of that stuff. And unfortunately the best sell point was a little bit too big to fit in the placeable area on the map, because it's quite a big building and complex, and we was like, oh, where could we put it? Is there anywhere on the map that we could squeeze in this sell point? And in the end it was like, well, actually, you know what, field 4, the field opposite field 4, which I think has clover planted on it, on Hofburgman, out of the gate, and we couldn't get the clover to sell anywhere when I mowed it. I couldn't find a sell point. I went to the one and only sell point on the map that said it bought clover, and it wouldn't let me tip clover and unload clover at it. So I was like, So yeah, we ended up sacrificing the field because A, it had rubbish soil type on it anyway, and also, you know, clover, not really that fussed about clover. So yeah, we got a placeable sell point on it instead. But looking at some of the fields, it's like, ooh, the yields are so poor, especially with soybeans. Soybeans are a very difficult crop to get a good yield out of if the soil is bad. And I'm looking at the Hofburgman map in multiplayer and I'm thinking the only field that I think we could ever make a profit out of with soybeans would be the big field 12, because of, again, just the sheer amount of area that you've got to harvest crop from. You would probably make profit from that. But I don't think we're going to be in a position to buy field 12 for quite a while, because it's probably the most expensive field on the map. Good thing is I'm getting lots of canola off this field, And then when I do the, I'm also getting the canola straw. So once I get all that baled up, it's probably going to be pretty profitable, this field. Although I'm thinking I might not sell all the straw right off the bat. However many bales we get off this field, I might save a couple. I might save some in the silo. I don't think you can use this straw yet as like animal bedding, and I don't think you can use it in like TMR and stuff. I think it's still only the regular game straw that you can use for that. But I am thinking to myself that having some like canola straw in reserve in storage for a bit of a rainy day fund, if we ever need you know, suddenly I go a bit crazy, spend a whole load of money, and then I'm like, oh, we need to buy something. Like right now I'm looking at loading wagons, and one of the things is I can't believe I haven't got my normal loading wagon installed, the one with the windrower arms attached to it, you know, the shooter maker, the modded shooter maker. I can't believe I haven't installed that on this save. There is the one that comes with the map, which has a massively obscene and unrealistic pickup width. That one there, that's the one made by the map author, and it's got, you know, incredibly, I think it's probably 50 metre wide, the pickup area on this thing. I don't really want that. I don't. Also, the fact I can't change the colours of it makes it a little bit disappointing for me. I can't buy one of those because I won't be able to change the colour. Have it fit in with my the rest of my equipment at the moment. He says, having got a red trailer anyway for doing our crops, then emptying our harvester in. Yeah, but I don't really want any more red equipment. Been trying to make a mostly green farm so far. I don't want any more red equipment. And I know that's going to upset people. I know that, you know, I'm just joking, people. You know, don't start hammering away at your keyboards, leaving your death threats and stuff, and, you know, don't go disliking the video just because I said I don't want red equipment. You know, I'm not a real life farmer. You know, I'm not like some of these real farmers that are really pro one brand or another. I'm not. Okay, I'm just playing the game to entertain people and have a bit of fun. The fact that I just tend to buy one brand of equipment per map, per save game, is just one of them things I tend to do. You know, if you want to see me playing with loads of red equipment, go back and watch my Lakeland Vale series with Dolores Flufferbotham. I used entirely case equipment all throughout that Let's Play. It was all red on that farm. And I've done playthroughs where we've done all Fent. I've done playthroughs where I've done New Holland and Valtra. So don't get upset at me because I'm rocking a lot of John Deere stuff on this map. I've got a Challenger though. I have got a Challenger tractor, and I've got this thing, this little electric jobby. So, you know, I have got some diversity on the farm. So, you know, you non-green vehicle fans, don't get too upset. No need to hate. I am using other things. It's just literally I buy what takes me. I buy whatever floats me boat at that particular moment when I go to the store to buy something. Whatever's just in me mind at that moment in time. And it's like the Challenger. I bought the Challenger, but, you know, in hindsight now, thinking right now today, I shouldn't have bought the Challenger because I've got a nice 9RX mod installed, which has the lovely 3D tracks on the 9RX, which would go very nicely with the Autonomous that I've got and the X9 Harvester that I've got. Yeah, and that brings me back as well to a couple of episodes ago when I asked the question in one of the recent videos for everyone who watched the video to comment when they spotted which vehicle on the map had changed. You know, I did say at the start of the video, one of these vehicles has changed. As soon as you spot the difference and you can tell me what the difference is, drop a comment on the video. Not one single person has managed to do that. So either you're all not watching the videos very closely, or the difference isn't all that noticeable. But I think it's very noticeable. So if you haven't watched the video and you don't want to go back and watch the video and try and play the game, I am about to spoil the answer to the question. So if you don't want spoilers, fingers in your ears. Okay, the vehicle that changed was the Autonomous, the little John Deere Autonomous tractor. The reason it changed was I got sent a version of the mod that somebody edited, basically, and put 3D tracks on it. They put the 3D tracks on it. Because I'd said a couple of times in the series so far that I really like the Autonomous tractor, I just wish the tracks looked better. And somebody watched the video and said, I can do that. So they did it, and then they sent me the link to download it. And I was like, cheers. Brilliant. Excellent stuff. So yes, my Autonomous tractor now has fully 3D modelled tracks on it. Exactly the same as the X9 Harvester here as well, which has 3D tracks on it. The only thing the Autonomous still doesn't have is guidance steering. Still can't get guidance steering to work on it. So if anybody knows how to do that, anybody knows how to fix that, let me know in the comment section, please, down below, because that is the one thing that I've been all through the XML. I've compared it with numerous other vehicles, and I just can't see why the Autonomous won't work with GPS. Why I can't buy GPS for it. I don't see a reason, unless I'm missing something else somewhere else in the mod, like maybe in the i3D, and whether it's something I have to go into Giant's editor and change about the vehicle, I don't know. Not really my wheelhouse, that isn't. That's a bit beyond my modding capabilities. But yeah, if anybody knows how to fix that, let me know, because I would like to update my Autonomous with the 3D tracks to also have guidance steering capability. But I am coming to the end of this episode, folks. I've still got a lot of canola harvesting to do. I've then got a lot of baling to do. It's going to be a couple of hours of work before I then record the next episode. I have got another video recorded, so I have got the next episode recorded. I'll have to do the commentary in the edit again for that video, because that video is going to have the same audio issues with the the dual mic channels. The dual microphone captures on one audio channel. It wouldn't be so bad if the microphone had been captured twice on two separate channels, because I could just delete one. But anyway, folks, we have reached the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Like I said at the beginning, make sure you click the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring the notification bell and make sure your notifications are on. Leave your comments in the comments section down below, and I will see you all again very soon, right back here on Eureka Farms, here in Farming Simulator 19. So take care of yourselves, stay safe everybody, goodbye for now.